traveling through a universe of infinite crafting potential. Multiple timelines like the gossamer strings from a hot glue gun, connecting everything and everyone. Welcome to the Craftiverse. And these are the little guys that we're going to be making today. They're from one of the many strange realities in the Craftiverse. You know what else? We got lasers, freaking lasers. A-C, that's 1, 2, 3. Try your luck and see. No good, have no fun. Time to get your craft on. And we're starting with a little bit of cosplay and some super sculpting. So I'm sculpting up a quick torso and a little pelvis, which is also known as the nether region. And this is a pilot hole for the drill. Gotta make these holes big enough for some braided wire. We're also gonna experiment with some UV resin. Gonna try it in a few different ways. Alcohol ink. This is just so it shows up on camera a little better. Check this craft out. So what I'm doing is actually using the UV resin as a glue. It's pretty magical that you can dry this stuff with UV light. Just incredible.
Tinu, do you have any idea what's going on? Every piece of electronic equipment is going haywire in this house.
No idea.
Well, that freaking blows. Look, at the very least, turn down the bass in this music. It's like a freaking rap concert in this house. Everything's shaking. It's almost as bad as when Clovis's son drives down the street blasting the salt and pepper at top volume. He's gonna lose every tooth in his head with the vibrations. Watch.
Hey Daddy, I'm kind of in the middle of a crafting video right now. I made these little men and I'm showing people how they can pose them with the braided wire.
Well, excuse me, I'm trying to watch a fishing show and all I got is snow on the TV. You know what? I bet it's Mr. Randy's satellite dish. Sometimes he's got that thing pointed at my bedroom window for God knows what reason, but I'm pretty sure that's why I'm losing my hair.
Or it's just genetics.
I seriously doubt that. The doctor told me that I'm quite a specimen.
Was he being facetious?
He asked for a sample of that. Thank God they let me take it home to do it and then bring it back. I can't just do that on command. Unless I've eaten a McRib at McDonald's. In that case, there's no stopping it.
Bon matin. That means good morning. Sculpt. Sculpt. So through experimenting, I figured out that using the UV resin as a glue is best for things like this little chain where the super glue would have trouble sticking to it and giving it a lot of strength. The super glue is just much faster for putting limbs on figures. This is a test that I did with UV resin, and see how I've scratched the surface and then the paint goes into the scratches? I really like that effect, so I'm going to try adding that to my figures. Dental tool. I usually tend to go with a black undercoating for my figures, but this time I'm going with white. Trying something different. I'm dry brushing on some gold and silver from Stuart Simple. It's really great paint. Now we're gonna accent those lines and crevices. This is an oil-based wash. Look at it just flow into the design. Crazy. Well, Tinu, can't you just dip the whole figure into resin and get the same effect? No. The resin tends to drip in certain areas and get real thin in others if you do that. Plus, it's super messy and wasteful. Look at how this brings out the depth of the paint underneath. So I dry it in small sections and just keep going through the whole figure. This guy on the left is coated and the guy on the right is not. And now he's coated. Look at the difference between these two finishes. Nunchucks. I got a laser cutter like no other. I got a laser that cuts just like butter. Cut with the laser. It's so fascinating, guess what I discovered? Cut stuff down to the sound, cause I found I can throw down tricky background on foreground. With a laser cutter like no other. Yes, I can even make a plaque for my mother. So we're in Photoshop now, and each one of these colored rectangles is representative of a panel that will be cut out with the laser cutter. And these are going to act as walls that will sit behind the figures as sort of a freestanding diorama. And these little tabs that I'm working on are going to act as a slotted foot that will hold up the walls. It'll make more sense once you see them cut out. Let's open up Lightburn. This is the software program that communicates with the laser cutter. You can assign different power values and amounts of passes so that it'll either cut or engrave into wood or cardboard or any kind of different material that you want to use. Lightburn also has a pretty powerful feature that allows you to trace artwork, which can convert it into a vector graphic. Now with a vector graphic, you can scale it really large and not lose quality on your edges. Now that the artwork's set up, let's get cutting.
Okay, Tinu, I figured it out. It definitely is Mr. Randy's satellite dish causing me mental issues and follicle loosening. I've been going through my dream journal and things seem to correlate.
You keep a dream journal?
Yes, ever since I started taking Ambien, I keep the dream journal for potential lawsuits.
Yeah, remember when you went to the convenience store completely nude in the middle of the night?
No, I don't remember. That's the freaking problem. And it's impossible to get the security footage taken off the internet.
The clip of you trying to dive through the sunroof to escape the police is classic.
Yeah, if that sunroof had just been a little bit bigger, I wouldn't have got stuck.
I don't think it helped that you tried to go through head first.
Tell me about it, and they took their sweet time extracting me. Meanwhile, people are just snapping pictures on their phones.
Yeah, somebody created a whole website with a photo gallery.
Vultures. The only silver lining in the whole thing was that so much blood rushed to my head that I passed out, which was good because the woman who owned the car was really upset and she had sharp fingernails.
Before we see the final glamour shots, I want to thank all of my Patreons. Look at all these cool people. Without your help, seriously, this channel would have sunk already. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If you're not a Patreon, consider joining. It'll help me to continue to make fun and weird crafting videos. Plus, you would rule.